First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dawad from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And this popped up in my news feed this morning. It says, as you see, this is NBC News. It says Trump puts tariffs on thousands of goods from Canada and Mexico, risking higher prices. So everyone knows that those tariffs went into effect at around 12 midnight this morning, March 4th. So that's when them tariffs went into effect. And people don't understand that those tariffs that Trump put on these other countries, we're going to feel the effects of those within the matter of a couple of days, maybe even weeks. People think that the price of eggs is bad. Wait till you see other stuff that's going to go up due to these tariffs that Trump has put in. So I'm going to read a little bit of this article and I'm going to grab a few scriptures. So it says, Trump puts tariffs on thousands of goods from Canada and Mexico, risking higher prices. Businesses from automakers to alcohol producers have warned that added costs to import goods from Canada and Mexico will have wide-ranging implications across the economy. As you see that this article was made March 4th, 2025 at 8:01 a.m. Eastern Time by Shannon Pettypiece, NBC News. So this article was made a little bit more than an hour and a half ago. So this says President Trump has moved forward with a plan to put sweeping tariffs on all goods coming into the United States from Canada and Mexico, threatening a trade war with its closest trading partners, and higher prices for Americans on thousands of consumer goods. The U.S. was scheduled to begin collecting a 25% tariff on nearly all goods from Mexico and Canada starting at 12:01 a.m. Tuesday, according to a draft public notice of rules posted Monday. Canadian energy products would be levied at a lower rate of 10%. Businesses ranging from automakers to alcohol producers have warned that the added cost from companies to import goods from Canada and Mexico will have a wide-ranging implication across the American economy. While some companies will look to source their goods from other countries or move production to U.S., those moves could take years. In the meantime, companies have said they will have to pay tariffs and then pick from two options: either pass the added costs along to consumers in a form of higher prices, or absorb the fees and either cut costs elsewhere or take lower profits. And see, there you go. It says add the cost to consumers. And then I'm going to skip down. It says the start of a back and forth retaliation. The move risks a tit-for-tat trade war with Mexico, Canada, and China that could hurt U.S. businesses selling their products to those countries and upending one of the signature deals of his first term, the USMCA trade agreement between the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. And I'm not going to go, you know what? And you know what? Let me skip down a little bit here. I'm going to read just a little bit more of this. It says Canada will move ahead with an earlier plan to impose 25% tariffs on 155 billion Canadian dollars, which is 107 billion of American goods, if the U.S. tariff took effect as scheduled. Tariffs on 20.7 billion worth of goods, including orange juice, peanut butter, wine, and coffee, will take effect immediately, while tariffs on the remaining 86.3 billion in U.S. products will begin in 21 days. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in a statement late Monday they will remain until the U.S. trade action is withdrawn, he said. Because of the tariffs imposed by the U.S., Americans will pay more for groceries, gas, and cars, potentially lose thousands of jobs, Trudeau said. The tariffs will disrupt an incredibly successful trading relationship. They will violate the very trade agreement that was negotiated by President Trump in his last term. So, hey, this could be very big, This could be really, really big. So I'm finna grab a few scriptures. The first scripture I want to sit up here and grab was Psalms 94:20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law? And what do you think these tariffs are? They are mischief by law. Trump and these elites, man, are trying to crash the economy, trying to get trying to get their new world order off the ground. You know, imposing these tariffs, doing all these things. These countries are already pissed off. You know, these countries are already pissed off. And now that Trump doing this, imposing these tariffs, fines and all this other nonsense that he's doing, guess what it's going to do? Raise up the price of goods here. And guess what it's going to do? Crash the economy. A lot of people going to lose jobs. A lot of people ain't going to be able to afford certain things. And guess what? That new world order, because that's what they want, man. They're ready to bring in that sea him. But no, this shall the throne of iniquity, this is Psalms 94 and 20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frame is mischief by thou? Hell no, we don't want to have fellowship with these bums. You know? Hell no. You know? It says, what relationship does light have with darkness? Roughly paraphrasing. We don't want to deal with these clowns. We're ready for E to get out of this goddamn rulership so it can be a righteous rulership. Let's sit up here and go here. This is I'm gonna go to Micah real quick, and then I'm gonna jump over. This is Micah. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. And these elites, man, have a lot of plans, a lot of wicked plans, a lot of shifty plans, a lot of trickery, and a lot of deceitful plans, man, at hand. You know, because of their new world order, and a lot of this is going to destroy the economy. The working class, you know, they already sitting up here having problems with other nations because they destroying long-term relationships with other nations, all because of their bullshit, all because of they devising iniquity and working this evil, you know. But it's these elites, man. It's these elites, but Trump and all these other puppets that are around the world going along with it. But guess who's going to suffer? The people. You know, but with that, let me sit up here and go to Revelations. Because with all these tariffs, with all this iniquity, with all this evilness that they working upon their beds, with all the stuff that they put out, all the doctrines, all the bullshit that they put out, is going to hurt people. But guess what it's going to lead to? A crashing and failing economy. This is Revelation 6. I really want to go straight to the point, man, but I'm gonna start at 1 and then go down. This is Revelation 6, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And this Lamb is Yahweh Shai, man. You know, that white horse represents Yahweh Shai, man. Coming to put these nations down pretty soon, man. And this is Revelation 6 and 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. This is Esau Edom, the red man from Genesis 25. And they take peace from the earth, and they should kill one another. And you talk about when you go into the Romans times, hey, those Caesars was taking each other out, and they doing it even more now, man. He that is evil to himself, to whom would he be good? These damn devils ain't good to themselves. Do you honestly think they're gonna be good to anybody else? Get the hell out of here. But that red horse represents Esau Edom. Genesis 25, he came out red all over. And guess what? He was given a blessing, the sword. That's Genesis 27. But here, this is the point I want to get to, Revelation 6 and 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast saying, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hands. And those balances represents slavery, bondage, man. You know, we over here in America, aka Babylon the Great, you know, bondage, hardcore bondage. And then it says Revelation 6 and 6, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. And the oil and the wine represents this truth, this knowledge. But when you say the measure of wheat for a penny and the 3 measures of barley for a penny, when you go into back into the Roman time, it was the denarius, and denarius was what, a silver coin? I think a silver coin, a 1 ounce silver coin. And that was a day's wage. So can you imagine if you sit up here and you pay for barley, if you pay for wheat, can you imagine paying a day's wage for a certain amount of barley, for a certain amount of wheat, for a loaf of bread, for a gallon of milk? Can you imagine paying a day's wage for a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread or a pound of meat? Because that's what's about to happen. That's truly about to happen, you know, truly about to happen. And not only that, you got to understand the supply, the demand, the cost, you know. We get a lot of our goods from overseas, so just imagine, hey, not only the tariffs and not only them implementing these tariffs, but what about, hey, you know, the shortage of drivers? It says people being laid off their jobs because they can't afford certain things, gas and groceries. All these things play a big part in life. And Esau is about to destroy a lot of it, you know. I was going to sit up. There was something else I want to sit up here and grab. You know what, actually? Yeah. The 6. There you go. Second Ezra 6. You know what? I'm just going to go straight to the point. This second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. And this is going to be when, hey, food runs out. You know, you ain't going to have certain things on. You ain't going to, a lot of the goodies, a lot of everything. This talk about everything. Your water, your food. You know, certain supplies that's going to happen. And can you imagine with these tariffs? Can you imagine with what's happening right now between, you know, these countries? What's the cause? What possibly could be worse? You got to understand, man, these countries could just stop sending stuff over here. These countries could just stop cutting supplies. You heard what Ukraine said. The Ukrainian people was talking about, hey, America can't get oil from them no more. They talk about telling the European countries that America can't grab oil from them no more. All this stuff is going to create disaster. When you can't sit up here and get certain things coming back and forth because of the price of gas, the price of the cost of upkeep of trucks, the cost that it pays to pay the truck drivers and certain things like that. When you ain't got those things going on, guess what's going to happen? A lot of these stores are going to come under fire. A lot of these stores are going to come under siege. And guess what? You ain't going to have certain items. You know, you already seeing that in certain places. And this egg shortage and all this other stuff that's going on is just a big part of it. It's about to get really, really rough out here. And this right here could cause a lot of anguish, a lot of grief. And I hope it does. You know, but with that, I like to give all praises, glory, and you know what? I just said up here, read. This is the second Ezra 6 and 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man hear it, they shall be suddenly afraid. Hey, that's going to be the day of the Lord, that destruction. That destruction coming, you know, the famine of the word, Jacob's trouble, the introduction to the C hip, you know, the M to the O to the T to the B, and then guess what's coming after that? World War III, that nuclear fire, and Yahweh breaking them clouds and destroying this place. All that's coming. It's just a matter of time. But with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the whole for all that you guys be sealed soon. And with that, this is your brother Dawah Ba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. Coming right back at you with a little lesson. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharallah and a Baba Ball. And Anya Habatam Akim. Shalom.